If it fails, you lost nothing. So things in knowledge, no academic would want to, I mean, I'm a professor in an engineering department. No academic, except engineers because they're nice people, no academic would accept the notion that knowledge can come from a bottom-up, you know. So we have evidence of what I call lecturing birds how to fly. A lot of science comes from technology, but look at the definition. Google technology, science, and we explain that technology is application of science to practical things, exactly opposite. Anyway, so this is my option theory thing. I don't know if it upset many of you, but typically it upsets academic. So then I go to the notion of medicine. To get to it, I go to something called via negativa. How to make something robust. To make something robust, there are two things. Because of Jensen's inequality, it's better to walk and sprint rather than just jog. So you have strategies that are have variations in them. Bipolar strategies are vastly better than mono, strategies, and you see it, for example, with portfolios. It's much better to put 80% of your money risk-free if you can find something like that, and 20% speculative, rather than the whole thing medium risk. Much more robust that way, but you can see it in the policy of every single monogamous species, which includes humans. But we know we have data for birds. Monogamous birds, typically, instead of the female opting for a good match, she picks the accountant 90% of the time and the rock star to cheat with 10% of the time, for a linear combination of having someone in the middle. You see, so. The idea, you take the loser but stable accountant and something like not that accountants are losers, but you see the kind, all right? And then you have the hotshot rock star on the occasion. So the linear combination is better. This is explained in the book why things that have variation, and I use the very same equation of Jensen's inequality to show why it's a lot more stable. So, and then medicine, of course. This is medicine, where you have visible gains from anything you ingest in medicine, and big losses. Except there is convexity in medicine, and I study the problems of harm done by the healer, whether in policy or something else, in medical terms. It's called iatrogenics, harm given to you by someone who's supposed to help you. And you can measure iatrogenics probabilistically. I'm going to give you an idea that I just put on the web today. That's not exactly in the book, but what we discovered from something about blood pressure. So you have these big hidden risks. But if you look at Mother Nature, okay, Mother Nature equipped us for a lot of natural, 3 billion years is a lot of time, okay, even for Google, you see. So it's a lot of time. So Mother Nature was capable of treating things that don't deviate from the normal. So we have never been able to find anything you can put in your system that has turned out to be 20 years later unconditionally good without a hidden risk like this. Steroids, taxaminofen, all these. You see, small little gains. But on the other hand, we should analyze medicine using convexity terms. That if you are very ill, you should have a lot more medicine, and much less medicine if you're not very ill. There's convexity of payoff from medical treatment. But there is a problem, and let me give you the problem. If you're mildly hypertensive, and they give you drugs, you have 1 chance in 53 of benefiting from it. But now you have all these risks. If you're extremely hypertensive, you have 80% chance of benefiting from the drug. So you have this risk, but you have also huge benefit, particularly when you're very ill. But the problem is as follows. People who are 1 sigma away from the mean, which nature has treated, okay, by the way, all right, and medicine doesn't help them much, are 5 times more numerous than people 4 sigma away from the mean. You see? So if you're pharma, what would you do? Who would you treat? You see, you have 5 times more people mildly ill than people very ill. What would you do? You'd focus on the mildly ill. I would focus on reclassifying people as mildly ill. You agree? To be treatable. And also, they don't die, so they're repeat clients. We're going to catch them for a long time. So I use this argument against pharma. Via negativa is by removal of something unnatural to us. You have no side effects, no long-term side effects. In a complex system, you need something I call less is more, because adding something has multiplicative side effects, whereas removing something unnatural, like if I stop you from smoking or something like that, you have very, very small long-term side effects. So these are the books so far. And then book number, the last one,